Just saying him and then fighting somebody like Pacquiao is give me hope.
It's 100% disrespectful. This is a clown fight. This is a more clown fight than the Jake Paul Mike Tyson.
I don't know what Pac-Man has left in the tank for me to say that this is going to be competitive. So I think Tank is probably going to wash him, just going off age. When it comes to age, speed, and reflexes are the...
Gervonta Davis demands Manny Pacquiao send the contract without hesitation. Tank says fighting Manny is no problem and he's ready anytime. He shows confidence and determination to face the boxing legend without any doubts or delays.
Just saying him and then fighting somebody like Pacquiao is give me hope for sure. It doesn't matter who I fight. It doesn't matter. As long as I put on a great performance whoever I fight, it doesn't matter. I don't believe that.
Tank says fighting Manny is no problem and he's ready anytime. He shows confidence and determination to face the boxing legend without any doubts or delays. Manny Pacquiao, at 46 years of age, is entering a boxing chapter far beyond the typical prime of most fighters. In contrast, Gervonta "Tank" Davis is in his early 30s, representing the younger generation of elite pugilists. The significant age gap between the two fighters raises critical questions about competitiveness, longevity, and the physical toll boxing exacts on the body. While experience and ring IQ are invaluable assets, the body inevitably slows with time. For Pacquiao, this fight would be not only a clash of skills, but a challenge against the natural decline that accompanies aging. Meanwhile, Davis, still in his physical peak, holds advantages in speed, power, and recovery. This generational divide frames the narrative of a potential matchup that transcends typical sporting contests, symbolizing a passing of the torch.
It comes to age, speed, and reflexes are the first thing to go. Explosiveness are the first things to go. So off youth and explosiveness alone, Tank should be able to beat the old man. But the fact that this is even up for debate is sad, man. Like I said, stop looking at Tank as a star as a regular fighter. Look at him as an attraction. When he fights, expect to see the bitches come out. Expect your casual friends to hit you up, talking about parties and let's...
Despite the challenges posed by age differences, Manny Pacquiao has expressed genuine interest in facing Gervonta Davis. This statement reflects Pacquiao's warrior spirit and hunger to compete against the best available opponents. His willingness to take on Davis speaks to a mindset of embracing tough challenges rather than seeking easy victories. Pacquiao recognizes that Davis is one of the most exciting fighters of this era, blending power and agility in ways that test even the most seasoned boxers. The appeal of facing Davis lies not only in the competitive aspects but also in the business potential, a fight that could draw massive attention and revenue. Pacquiao's enthusiasm adds fuel to the speculation and keeps fans intrigued about what such a battle could bring.
They keep talking about Gervonta Davis as a possible fight, man. You like that fight because he's little, like he's your size.
I like that. I like that. I mean, I like that, but you know, let's finish first this one because this one is a taller champion like that. So I have a lot of things to do in training camp.
The image of Manny Pacquiao and Gervonta Davis exchanging a handshake at a press conference symbolizes mutual respect and professionalism. In boxing, these moments carry significant weight, often serving as the calm before the storm. Public displays of sportsmanship contrast with the intensity that unfolds inside the ring. Pacquiao's call to face Gervonta Davis at the 145 or 147-pound weight class is a strategic proposition. These weight divisions are commonly contested by both fighters, providing a realistic setting for their potential bout.
Manny Pacquiao calls out Gervonta Davis to fight at 145 or 147, and to be honest, the only downfall that Manny Pacquiao will have going into this fight will be that he's old, and Gervonta Davis' downfall going into this fight is that he's less experienced and has never fought at 145 or 147.
Moving between weight classes is a challenge many fighters face, and it is not an easy feat for all. The process involves rigorous physical adjustments, including gaining or losing muscle mass while maintaining performance levels. Fighters must balance strength, speed, and endurance, all of which are impacted by weight changes.
It's not easy to moving up to a higher weight division. I know you're one who moved from lightweights to bigger weights, but that's still 3 divisions. Is there ever any possibility that you would go back in the ring and fight someone like a Tank Davis?
If he wants, and if he come up to 147, then we can fight.
He can't meet you at 140?
Industry analyst Showbiz the Adult has highlighted the lucrative potential of a Davis versus Pacquiao showdown. According to this breakdown, the matchup would generate enormous hype and a substantial payday for all parties involved. The blend of Pacquiao's legendary status and Davis's current star power creates a unique promotional opportunity. Beyond the financial rewards, the fight would also invigorate fan interest and media attention.
I'm just gonna rub it in. Pause. I remember saying when Tank couldn't get a fight in, I was saying Shakur shouldn't have signed that deal with Matchroom if he wanted to fight Tank. Lomachenko, I said he ducked. But then when he couldn't find a fight, I said, hey, fight Manny Pacquiao. The reason why I said fight Manny Pacquiao at 144 was, number one, you can get the sensationalism and the crazy hype shit of a Jake Paul fight, right? It got the money grab on it. On top of that, though, he can prepare for 140 by fighting Manny at 144, get a training camp in at your weight class. Then he could come down from 144 and fight Tio at 140. Everybody said that don't make sense, Biz. Tank fight Lamont Roach, take a knee, draw, grease in the eye.
Before confirming his comeback, Manny Pacquiao strategically mentioned several high-profile names, including Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, and even MMA superstar Conor McGregor. This list demonstrated an acute awareness of both sporting challenge and marketability.
So I'm not sure how true this is, but supposedly Manny Pacquiao's coming out of retirement. And these are the three names that he's interested in fighting. And now of these three names, which one do you think is the best matchup? Conor McGregor, that would just be a money grab. Everyone knows Manny Pacquiao's skill level is way above Conor's. Tank Davis? Nah, Manny Pacquiao would get knocked out by Tank Davis. I'm telling you right now, Tank would catch him, and Manny's going night-night. Now, Ryan Garcia is the fight that makes the most sense in my opinion. If you guys remember, this fight was heavily rumored at one time. And I think it might even been booked at one time, but it fell through at the last minute. And it makes the most sense to happen. Ryan Garcia is a big name currently in boxing. Style-wise, they match up perfectly. And it's a fight that could go either way. If Ryan Garcia wins, he adds a big name like Manny Pacquiao on his resume. And I know he's coming out of retirement, but still, that's Manny Pacquiao. And if Manny Pacquiao wins, he adds to his legacy and inserts himself right back in the title run. So again, these are just rumors, and I don't know if Manny Pacquiao's really out of retirement. But if he is, the fight that makes the most sense is Ryan Garcia.
Behind the public buzz, sources within boxing circles reveal that talks about a potential Davis-Pacquiao fight are more than mere speculation. Both camps appear cautiously optimistic about negotiations, contingent upon Pacquiao's performance against Mario Barrios.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
And that's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a...
I'm just gonna rub it in. Pause. I remember saying when Tank couldn't get a fight in, I was saying Shakur shouldn't have signed that deal with Matchroom if he wanted to fight Tank. Lomachenko, I said he ducked. But then when he couldn't find a fight, I said, hey, fight Manny Pacquiao. The reason why I said fight Manny Pacquiao at 144 was, number one, you can get the sensationalism and the crazy hype shit of a Jake Paul fight, right? It got the money grab on it. On top of that, though, he can prepare for 140 by fighting Manny at 144, get a training camp in at your weight class. Then he could come down from 144 and fight Tio at 140. Everybody said that don't make sense, Biz. Tank fight Lamont Roach, take a knee.
Khabib Nurmagomedov criticized the industry's emphasis on spectacle over competitive integrity, suggesting that many fights are arranged for financial gain rather than genuine sporting merit.
Winner versus winner, you know, they make this, you know, and if you watch box, like how many years we're waiting, like Pacquiao versus Mayweather, how many years we're waiting, Wilder versus Tyson Fury, they have like 100-0, 100-0, like, you know, like people beg, hey, please make this fight, you know, and it's like...
Although Manny Pacquiao officially retired from professional boxing, he maintained a close relationship with the sport. Through low-key exhibition matches and ongoing training, Pacquiao preserved his skills and timing.
You know, a lot of people say, well, he's been inactive, he's older. Man, but he throw punches. He has a lot of experience. And his last fight was exhibition, which still was a fight and still kept him sharp, punching, doing something. So it ain't like he just ain't been in the ring, ain't did nothing. Yeah, he been working. It's like them underground boxing matches are real fights. And it keep you off bold. You know, Emmanuel Stewart used to do a lot of exhibitions for his guys, or his guys to get them sharp, to get them prepared for a fight if they hadn't fought in a minute, just to have them fight sharp. What up, Keith? Yeah, just to have them fight sharp. So if they got in the ring and they hadn't fought in a minute, it won't seem like it. It'd seem like they just recently fought. Yeah.
Pacquiao's legacy as one of boxing's all-time greats remains undisputed, yet his decision to return has sparked controversy. The boxing community is split. Some admire his relentless competitive spirit, while others fear the return might harm his pristine reputation.
Common sense, like being a world champion means you are the best in the world. You are the champion of this world at your weight class. We all know right now, at least to me, it's common knowledge that that's Jaron Boots Ennis. At 147, he is the best in the world. But he doesn't hold all 4 belts, so he is only one of the 2 or 3, I guess now, world champions. It doesn't make sense to me, and especially when now you're the WBC and you're like, yeah, let's bring in Manny Pacquiao to potentially win a world championship. And let's say he pulls it off by some miracle. Are we going to put Manny Pacquiao in there with Boots Ennis? Is that what we're going to do? I hope not. And again, this is not me trying to be a hater. It's just, I don't want to see Manny get hurt. And Barrios, you know, not the biggest puncher in the world, but he can hurt it badly. He is a volume puncher, and he will be in there against a guy. Even if he finished his career at 147, that's not where Manny was his best self. And he's definitely going to be at a massive size disadvantage here. Height, reach, everything. Again, when Manny was in his prime, or, you know, honestly, when he was still in his late 30s and early 40s before he retired, he could have handled that. His speed was still there. The consistency was still there. He wasn't running for political office and doing all this other stuff and taking time off. We see this time and time again. When a boxer retires, takes a long time off, and then comes back, it usually, again, outside of George Foreman, rest in peace to the GOAT, it usually doesn't go well. And I don't think this is going to either. And it's clear to me that this is done for, you know, a staging of an event versus the actual competitive nature of the fight. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and that Manny still has it, but I'm just going to go with what makes the most sense. The WBC and whoever they partner with on this is going to try to sell tickets off of it. Okay, that's fine. But what's the point of the belt if this is the match? What are you saying?
Carl Frampton, a respected analyst and former competitor, offered a blunt assessment of Pacquiao's comeback plans. Labeling the fight as misguided, Frampton underscored the potential dangers that returning veterans face, including health risks and damage to their professional reputation.
It's a joke, really. There's the thought. It's an absolute joke. I love Manny Pacquiao. Love everything about him. An all-time great in terms of what he's done previous, but that doesn't entitle you to just walk back in after 6 years and get a number 4 ranking with the WBC and fight for a world title. What about all the other guys that are waiting around? It's wrong. We seen Manny Pacquiao fight an exhibition against a kickboxer in his last fight, and kickboxers can't box, right? I've seen world champion kickboxers coming and sparring boxers. They can't box. They can kick, but they can't, and they can kick and box a little bit. They can't really box, and Manny didn't look great. I mean, yep, I don't know. The WBC, I think they have a lot of time for him, Rich O'Sullivan, but I think it's a mistake, really do, and they should be quite embarrassed alone.
The nature of Pacquiao's return diverges from recent high-profile exhibitions that openly embrace entertainment over competition. Unlike Tyson or Jake Paul's bouts, which were promoted as spectacles, Pacquiao aims to contend seriously for titles.
It's 100% disrespectful. This is a clown fight. This is a more clown fight than the Jake Paul Mike Tyson. This is an outrage. People should be up in arms about this fight. This is so disrespectful. Barrios loses this fight. He should quit boxing. You let Manny Pacquiao, an old dude who stopped boxing, and then you're his first fight back? You are disrespectful as a champ.
Manny Pacquiao's upcoming bout with Mario Barrios, sanctioned by the World Boxing Council, marks a significant moment in boxing. This fight, charged with emotional and historical weight, offers Pacquiao an opportunity to reclaim glory and potentially conclude his career with a triumph.
In a world title fight against the WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios, Date yet to be confirmed. Venue yet to be confirmed, but it looks like it will be in July and in Las Vegas. Yeah, massive news announced yesterday by the WBC president, and you know, it was so out of left field. You know, Pacquiao hasn't fought professionally since 2021. That was 4 years ago. He was 41 at the time, and of course he lost to Yordenis Ugas, the very, very tricky Cuban fighter. Convincingly lost to Yordenis Ugas, and in that fight 4 years ago, as I said.
The fight night featuring Pacquiao versus Barrios is stacked with compelling contests across various divisions. Scheduled for August 3rd, 2025, this event transcends a single headline fight by offering a robust lineup designed to engage fans from start to finish.
So the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios card is announced, and it's pretty stacked. So opening up the card, it's Pitbull Cruz versus Angel Fierro 2. And this is a rematch of one of the best fights of the year so far. They originally fought on the Benavidez Morel undercard, and Cruz started off strong with his jab and walking Fierro down, but Fierro dug deep, grew out some great exchanges, so they decided to run it back. Then featured bout, Brandon Figueroa versus Joet Gonzalez. Figueroa, the former WBC champion at featherweight, but just lost his belt to Stephen Fulton. But these are now two top contenders at 126 pounds. Then co-main event, it's another fun rematch. Sebastian Fundora versus Tim Tszyu 2. The last time it was a bloody war. Tszyu walking forward, got elbowed and got cut open, but still had some great exchanges. Fundora landed some nasty uppercuts, and they're running it back for Fundora's title this time. And then the main event, Manny Pacquiao makes his return to challenge Mario Barrios for his WBC welterweight title. Pacquiao trying to break his own record as the oldest welterweight champion. Barrios gets the biggest fight of his career so far. 4 really good fights on these card, and they should all be action-packed.
Pacquiao's return preparation has involved reconnecting with his longtime coach Freddie Roach, rekindling one of boxing's most successful partnerships. Their training regimen has emphasized cardiovascular endurance, agility, and technical refinement. The sight of Pacquiao training alongside Freddie Roach resonates deeply with fans who witnessed their remarkable journey. Their partnership produced some of boxing's most iconic moments, creating a lasting bond between fighter, coach, and supporter.
Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao. The fight between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios is now official. July 19th on pay-per-view in Las Vegas. We saw video this week, Sergio, of Manny Pacquiao back at Wild Card, like he's never left, ready to go again, working with Freddie Roach. I feel like I'm back in 2010, the Wayback Machine. Pacquiao looked pretty good in some of the videos that I saw, like he wasn't in horrible shape, but he is 46 years old, going up against a guy that is more than a decade younger than him in Mario Barrios. Bob Arum, in the same interview, he said that he was worried about Manny Pacquiao. This is a guy that promoted Pacquiao for most of his professional career, not promoting this fight against Barrios, but he said he is concerned for Pacquiao going into this fight. Do you have concerns about Pacquiao going in?
No, I don't have concerns. And post a video and look good for 10 seconds right now. Just like when Mike Tyson looked like a killer when he was promoting the Jake Paul fight. You writers and you guys with the non-boxing, I need to get those videos out of your head, because they're just clips. Anyone could look good for that long. I can train you to look good for 10 seconds. It'll be pretty hard, but I can train you to look good for 10 seconds on video. So don't worry about that. I look, Bob Arum knows what he's talking about, because it's the legs that's going to get to Pacquiao, not the power, not the explosive speed in front of a heavy bag. But whenever you're in front of an opponent, and he's going to be moving around, it's the legs that are going to fail you. They're going to betray you. The power's not going to betray you. That lasts until the very end. His punch resistance, that's not going to betray him, because that never goes. Speed, and it's because you rely on your legs. That's the thing that goes at age. So at 46 years old, Manny Pacquiao's not going to have zero legs. This is a man that made a career.
Pacquiao's physical condition during his comeback training defies expectations for a fighter nearing 50. His movements exhibit speed and sharpness rarely seen in athletes of comparable age. Observers note the intensity of his workouts and the meticulous attention to detail. His relentless focus indicates a refusal to rely solely on past glory.
Not naturally as big a man as those other welterweights. So start there. That's a fair point. He moved up in weight, Barrios. So he's not a naturally big, natural welterweight. And of course, we understand Pacquiao has moved up. My God, I don't even know when he first turned pro. You would have thought maybe he could have been a jockey.
Yeah,
I mean he was that
108 pounds.
Round. You could move around. Navigate a little bit. Say this, say that. But there comes to a certain point with everything that no matter how much you move the furniture around, you still know what room you're in. You still know what room. You can't fool yourself. And he's in a room where he's 46 years old with 72 fights. I rest my case, counselor.
Yeah, the last
victory over Barrios would propel Pacquiao back into the spotlight as a reigning champion, setting the stage for a clash with Gervonta Davis that boxing enthusiasts have long awaited. This potential matchup promises to blend experience with youth, power with technique, and legacy with ambition. For Pacquiao, it represents the chance to cap his career with a high-profile win. For Davis, it is an opportunity to prove himself against one of the all-time greats.
Manny Pacquiao is fighting Mario Barrios for a welterweight championship. And he's 46 years old. I did a whole video about how I think this is really sad because Manny Pacquiao shouldn't be fighting at 46 years old because, brain injuries. But if he wins, that can make the welterweight division crazy. If you don't know, the welterweight division has been historically a great one in boxing, but lately has been pretty dead. Boots Ennis is the best guy in it, and one of the reasons you may not have heard of him is because there's no one else for him to really fight in that division, so he just dominates it. Everyone's been talking about how there hasn't been big names in the welterweight division, but now it's getting stacked with big names. Not necessarily the best fighters, but big names that are fun. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. This division is getting absolutely insane, and Boots Ennis has a chance to run through it. Because honestly, I don't think any of those guys are better than him, and he will get the credit he deserves. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the...
The prospective matchup encapsulates many layers. Past glory meets future promise. Experience challenges youthful vigor. Commercial interests intersect with sporting purity. Pacquiao's return embodies the pursuit of a personal and professional milestone. Davis's ascent highlights boxing's evolving landscape and the emergence of new stars. Together, their fight could captivate a global audience while spotlighting ongoing debates about safety, fairness, and the essence of competition.
Yes.
You got Manny winning?
No. Against Barrios?
Yeah.
No, I think every great fighter got one great fight left in him. That had to be Thurman. And Manny... I think Manny seems to want to. Manny appears to be like how Bernard and Roy were. Like he's really one of those great old school fighters where you gotta he's got to go out on his shield.
Yeah.
Going out on your shield used to not mean just in any given fight. It used to mean that's how they went out. Period. Fighters, and Manny's like that.
I do not want to see.
It's really hard to see Manny Pacquiao losing to Mario Barrios because of who they are, but who they are now.
Yeah. Sean, I do not want to see like Manny on the knee, mouthpiece out. That's going to hurt me.
Kevin McBride, Mike Tyson.
That's going to hurt me.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.